Probably the most interesting trend or technology that I saw this year at Digital Signage Expo is the abundance of direct view LED and the ability for the dot pitch to get all the way down to, I think I saw like 0.9 at the NEC booth. It's just it's insane how tight we're getting those to be able to have a dwell time or a dwell within like 2 feet and be able to read text, and the way in which they're doing those displays is pretty revolutionary, to the point where they're not wired like crazy. They have like a huge collection of wires all behind everything. So for a guy like myself who's looking at the possibility of adding direct view LED to my corporate campus, it's one of those, it's becoming a lot more approachable. My digital signage network is almost 140 screens at last count, 2 video walls, and 2 digital experiences that we just opened up. They are all employee-facing only. And so we occupy 3 floors of the building that we're in. 65% of that is what most people would call a call center. We call it our customer engagement center. And so that's where a large majority of our digital signage network gives us information like stats on how many customers are waiting on the phones, how long have they been waiting, all that operational information. But at the same time, we're utilizing digital posters and polling and surveys and some technologies that have become really known for data-driven full HD video. And so the data that we display and the way in which we do our leaderboards is pretty out there. For someone who's looking at just getting started, the number one thing that I would say, and the thing that you really need to do first before you do anything else, is start with what you want to accomplish. Understand what that objective is, and then build out the metrics that you're going to utilize to measure this. So as you start rolling out this program, you actually know if you're hitting those objectives. The other thing that I would say as a secondary note would be really focus on, in this industry we call it content, but really what it is the creative behind the things that drives these screens. All too often I hear of other people, especially in the corporate communication space, they're like, well, we put up screens, don't they know that these things exist, and why aren't they coming to our events, or why aren't they becoming more engaged? Because it doesn't work that way. And so understand where you want to go and what you're trying to accomplish, but then really think out your creative strategy. When I first came to blinds.com, the position that I am in now didn't exist. I started as an entry-level call center employee, and because of that, I was creating for myself, really. I was delivering the creative assets that I wanted to see and knew that it was important to me. I absolutely love attending Digital Signage Expo. I come to become more familiar with some of the technologies that are coming out. When I first get onto the floor, the first place that I make this V-line to is the Innovator Zone. I absolutely love that section of the floor. And it's because the people who are there are just getting started out. Their products, what they're bringing to market is really new. They're coming into the space with really fresh eyes, and I want to see more of that. The second reason I come is to really make connections with other end users like myself. The interesting thing is that we only have 2 days here, but the relationships that we make here are lasting, and we get a chance to communicate outside of the show and grow those over the year. The connections that we're getting, and that's really is the core thing of what we're walking away with at shows like this, and the amazing thing of what Expo Nation does. You guys build connections and create environments in these these places where we can get to know each other in ways that it's really influenced. I've identified mentors for myself out of these sort of events, and that really is helped shape me as a professional.